Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, I'm going to be discussing the 1948 classic, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, starring Humphrey Bogart. Now, of course, if you notice, the reason why I went classic, because usually 9 times out of 10, when somebody tells you that a movie is a classic, or an English class will tell you that a book is a classic, 9 times out of 10 it sucks. and that's what Treasure of Sierra Madre is. Even though it was, considered I know sometimes, I don't know what the hell the people of Rotten Tomatoes were thinking. I mean, they gotta be thinking it was something else. And now with the brains, I think there's something. I think they think it was another organ. Okay, because this movie is terrible. I mean, I was never so bored in my life to watch this movie. Even though it is a Humphrey Bogart movie, and he was a great actor. I'm not saying no. I mean, Casablanca was a great movie, an iconic, or I should say, an iconic movie. This movie, was bored to tears. Okay, that's how boring this movie. The movie was boring, more boring than anything else. So it's Humphrey Bogart as a Treasure Sierra Madre. So it's Humphrey Bogart as his pretty much like a drunken bum, right? And I think parts of this movie was spoofed in the Bugs Bunny cartoon, 8-Ball Bunny. You know, the cartoon with Bugs Bunny with the penguin. If you've never seen that cartoon, if you haven't had the DVD of March of the Penguins, that cartoon is on that DVD. Because the Humphrey Bogart's character or portrayal in that film was spoofed in that Bugs Bunny cartoon. So, can you help a poor American who's down on his luck? And of course, Bugs keeps hitting him up for money. So, keeps hitting up. He comes out of nowhere and hits Bugs for money, and Bugs gives him a quarter or 50-cent piece or whatever. He was doing that. Humphrey Bogart was actually doing that a lot in this whole beginning part of the movie. And that's a poor American that's down on his luck, or fellow American down on his luck. And he hit the same guy, he hit the same guy 3 times for money. Alright, so it's kind of like a running bet in the beginning. He had no job, he had no money really. So he's out begging for a few bucks, and then he runs into this old guy who's prospector and this other guy, and we're all talking about maybe finding gold up in the mountains in Mexico. So the 3 guys decide to join forces and go prospecting up in the mountains, and they have to raise some money. Because Humphrey Bogart put like his last buck, on his lottery, he had to win like $5,000 in his lottery. So he spends the money instead of maybe coming back to the United States, making money there. He decides to spend money on gear to go prospecting up in the mountains with his 2 other strangers really. And so what happened was they spent months up in the mountains prospecting. And it was, okay, that's the plot. And it was so long. I mean, it stretched the whole thing out. And the old guys teaching them how to prospect. And doing all kinds of, with the pans, looking for gold and doing all that stuff. Then this other young guy comes along from Texas, and he wants to get in on the action. Finds out that these guys were actually prospecting. Even though giving a line of baloney, we're here for we're hunting. We kept finding a game, and said, I know there's no game over here in this area. It's gold in this area, not big game hunting. So this guy knew that Humphrey Bogart and the 2 other guys were giving a bunch of baloney, so he decides to join in. And what happened is that they decided to get all 4 of them really all getting all kinds of paranoia going on, and they found about almost $40,000 in gold. For each of them, they divided up so it was like $35,000 in gold for each of them. And so we can cash in, we buy into a store, or run a store or something. And like I said, they're all getting all kinds of paranoid. And while they're traveling back, I said, okay, let's finish. So close up the mountain, and the mine that we dug up, and we go. And they're like, why? Well, let's respect the mountain and the mountain gods, all that type of stuff. The old guy says, so Army Bogle and this other guy says, okay, let's do that. And we catch up, and you catch up with us. Meanwhile, the old guy says to help the local Mexican Indians there, because his kid drowned, and, he revived and did some, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation on this kid, saved his life. So now the Indians trying to make up to him, and says, hey, stay with us in the camp. So he says to help the Indians out a little bit. And Humphrey Bogart and the third guy says, well, I know they got the fourth person, because the fourth person got killed. Accidentally, Humphrey Bogart actually kills this guy. So it's like real bloodthirsty stuff going on. And what happens is, of course, the old guy catches up and finds out that the fourth guy just got killed, and Humphrey Bogart and the third guy, was finding it out, and he thought the third guy had died, but now Humphrey Bogart is all by himself trying to run this ragged train of mules who was carrying all these gold out, and then Humphrey Bogart ends up getting robbed and killed. You should say he ends up getting killed at the end of this movie. Spoiler. So, and the Indians thought that this was just extra weight, and they didn't realize it was gold powder. They could be more to actual gold. So they dumped all the gold out. So now all the gold they dug up for months, that's now all gone, because these bandits robbed them out, threw it all out. And so when the old guy and the third guy, who thought that Humphrey Bogart had killed was alive, finds out where the wagon train was, and they realize that the bandits who killed Humphrey Bogart dumped all the gold out. So that after all that, we have to go back and or as if you want to be bothered going right back. And it looks like they're not going to bother digging up everything again, so you get more gold. They say pretty much to give up at the end of the movie, and that's how it is. And this movie is like over 2 hours long, for 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it's like, so this movie could have been at least a half hour shorter, at least. So I know I'm going on this time in here about how the movies could have been made shorter or made longer or have stuff cut out. I feel this thing should have been at least a half hour shorter, because it was so. To me, I think it was padded out too much. But of course, this movie, I should mention, it has an iconic line when Humphrey Bogart and the old guy and the third person was in that group first confronts the bandits. One of the bandits says, "Oh, we're the federales, the federal cops, from Mexico." And Humphrey Bogart says, "Okay, show us your badges." And the guy says, "We don't need no stinking badges." And that's the iconic line from this movie. It got me because it's been parodied a lot. It was parodied in one of the Law and Order spin-offs, and one of the last episodes that Jerry Orbach did before he died. I'm talking about, I think it was the trial by jury. See, it didn't last that long. I have maybe 12 or 13 episodes of that particular series. It had B.B. Newirth in it and Amy Coulson in it as well. And the very first episode that aired, Jerry Orbach says, "We don't need no stinking badges." And he had to say it twice because he was dying of cancer. And so, in real life, he was dying of cancer. So he had to say that line twice because his voice was shot because of the cancer treatments and the chemo I was going through. And so, it was really, really horrible what's going on. And that's, that line was parody. But other than that, it's like, this movie was so unbelievably boring. It really was. But after all that, they lost all the gold anyway. I mean, it was really ridiculous, and it's really pathetic that they could sort of saved some of the gold, and or at least found some of it at the end of the movie. That was the Humphrey Bogart had, and went off into the sunset. It would have been a better ending than losing all the gold. But if you want to see a good Humphrey Bogart movie, just watch Casablanca. Okay, forget. I know about like Maltese Falcon and stuff, because I haven't seen that. But if you want to see the quintessential Humphrey Bogart performance, watch Casablanca. Okay, and it keep this one out of it. I mean, it's terrible. This has been a review of the movie The Treasure of Sierra Madre. Please click on the video, please rate it. Please subscribe to my channel. Please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com, so WDY, and then C.com. That's the homepage of the Rowdy Reviewer. Christy Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time.